This conference will now be recorded.
Hello. So just wait for 2 minutes. Are you able to hear me?
Hello.
Am
Yes,
I
sir.
audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Deepak, check your at your end.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get started. Anyone joining?
Sir, Karthik also joined, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hello,
Let's
I
start.
can hear now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's get started. So let's get started. So Linux. So actually our topic today is Linux. Because before starting any DevOps tools, okay, or any AWS in detail, so this is a very basic stuff everyone must know, the basic Linux commands, because most of our DevOps tools, AWS things are built out of Linux. Okay, so everyone must be comfortable with Linux. So then we can start any tool. That is, this is a prerequisite for any DevOps tool. Okay, so you should have Linux with some shell script or basic scripting. So then you are eligible to learn DevOps. So this is from scratch. So for another 4-5 days, you will have a good hands-on with Linux. So day to day, you have to practice these commands, and it is not like you have to practice only 5 days and leave. So it is like 15 days you have to practice daily. 15 days you have to practice Linux. Otherwise, you will forget. The more you practice, the more you can remember. So that is the logic behind Linux. And for me, Linux is very easy. Okay, because we have a lot of experience, and I have done many times, many batches, right? So lot of times I have explained. So you have to practice more. Okay, how many times you execute the command, so that much you can remember. So here, so if you want to install Linux, you need any like operating system like Red Hat. Okay, so here just I will start with very basics. So there was two operating systems in the market. So Unix and Windows. There were basically initially we have only two operating system, Unix and Windows. So Windows, it is by Microsoft. Okay, so that is a different chapter. So Unix, let's consider Unix. So if you take Unix, so this is a closed source and license version. Okay, the source code is not open and it is license version. It is license version. So whatever the applications you develop in the Unix, so it is not portable. Okay, so it is very having some problematic while running on multiple devices. Okay, so for IBM, HP, okay, so there are, if any HP application will not work on IBM device, IBM device applications will not work on HP device. Okay, that is cross compatibility. Okay, problem is there in the Unix, and moreover it is licensed version and not free. So understanding this scenario, so in 1991 a person called Linus Torvalds, okay, Linus Torvalds, okay, he prepared one program. Okay, he prepared one program called kernel. He developed one program called kernel. Okay, so what is kernel? Kernel is a program, okay, developed by Linus Torvalds, and this kernel, he made it open source. He made it open source. So using this kernel, many companies like Red Hat, okay, so Ubuntu, okay, many companies like Red Hat, Ubuntu, okay, Amazon, many companies, okay, taken that kernel and they have implemented their own Linux flavor, okay, so they are calling us Linux. So they took kernel, and for the kernel they have added some utilities, some programs, and they have prepared their own operating system, okay, which is based on Linux. So we call it as Ubuntu Linux. So RHEL, okay, so Ubuntu Linux. So Amazon also created one Linux, that is Amazon Linux. Amazon Linux. So like this, we have many companies. CentOS is a community version developed by community. So developed by community, which is similar to Red Hat. Okay. So here enterprise version is RHEL. Okay, this is licensed version. Licensed version. So this is very famous RHEL. So companies will prefer RHEL licensed version. So Ubuntu, Amazon, CentOS. Like this, we have many flavors. Okay. So all these are all comes under Linux only. Okay. SUSE Linux. Okay. So Kubuntu, Lubuntu. Okay. SUSE Linux. Many are there. Mac OS. So all comes under Linux flavors only. Okay. These are all comes under Linux flavors only. These are all operating system. Okay. So what is an operating system? Operating system is an interface between. It is an interface between human and hardware. Interface between human and hardware. Okay, hardware will not understand my human readable language. So OS is the middle person which translate my language to system understandable, hardware understandable language. Okay, so in the OS, what is the important part means kernel. It is the heart of operating system. In Linux, kernel is the heart of operating system. So here, so now you came to know you have to create, okay, CentOS operating system. You want to install, or you want to create Amazon Linux, or you want to work on Ubuntu, or you want to work on RHEL. Okay, so how to create or make a Linux server? Okay, how to create a Linux server. So now that this is a question. This is a question where we are having. So if I want to teach any Linux command, first you have to install Linux, right? So how to create a Linux server? So I have multiple options now. Okay, I can buy a laptop, okay, and install Linux OS by using or purchasing original CD. So I'm just going through the attendance. Hemant, Jagdish, Naveen, Puneet. Who is this Puneet?
So Ella sir told me to join today. I joined today.
Okay. Ranga, Ranganath, Saimukh, Saraswati, okay, Deepak, right, and Tulsi Rao. Okay. So who is this admin guy? Admin?
System is admin.
Manjunath. Okay. You can rename with your names. Okay, it's very good. Okay, fine. So now the question, what is our question is how to create a Linux server. Okay, so I have multiple options here. Okay, even you also know this. So I can go to market and I can buy a laptop. By using the original Linux software, I can install Linux on it. So you need to invest some around 80,000, right? Okay, so to buy this, you have to invest Okay, somewhere around 80,000. The second option is, okay, second option is I have Windows operating system on my laptop. Okay, already I have Windows on my laptop. So in this I can install virtualization software. Okay, so virtualization software, and on the top of the virtualization software I can install Linux operating system. This is a second option. Okay, the third option is, okay, so I can go for cloud. Okay, like AWS. Okay, cloud like AWS. There I can create, okay, Linux servers. Why I am going for cloud means this is 1 year free. Okay, 1 year free. Okay, and very easy to start. Within two to 3 minutes you can create the servers. So here time taking. Okay, and only one OS you can create. But if you want to create more, it is not possible. So that's why second option you will go virtualization software. So again, this virtualization software is dependent on your laptop configuration. So maximum you cannot create. So it will be again one difficulty. So the best choice is cloud. Okay, so cloud. So it is very easy to start up. So you can just create account in the AWS, and then you can create a Linux server, and then you can start with the commands. So there is fourth option also, but this is fourth option also is there. Okay, which is based on Docker. Okay, you can create operating system and you can start working. So you can deploy the code inside the Docker also. It is very somewhat advanced. Okay, so containerization technology. So we have total 4 varieties. Okay, so one is physical, second one is virtual, third one is cloud, fourth one is container. Okay, so in 4 to 5 ways you can create the Linux server. Okay, that's why we are created an account in AWS. Okay, so whatever the Linux machine you want to take, you can create from there. So what are the different types of OS I mentioned here? Okay, RHEL. Okay, next Ubuntu, Amazon Linux, CentOS. Okay, CentOS is a operating system, Linux operating system. So I'm giving 4 varieties, but you can create RHEL. Okay, so Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So first practicals is to create the Linux server. So go to AWS console. You have to go to AWS console. Okay, there is one service called EC2. You have to select a service called EC2. Okay, so what is the purpose of EC2 means to create a virtual servers in the cloud. So to create servers, you have to use this EC2 service. Okay, so before going to practical, I just give you how the AWS architecture is defined. If you want to create any server, the first thing is you should have an account. Okay, after logging into the account, you can log in into something called region. Okay, you will be logging into a region, one of the region. So then you will log in into basic default region called, okay, North Virginia. If you want, you can switch also, but by default whenever you log in, it will log in into one of the region. Okay, so then next, okay, so in this region, if you want to create any server, by default there is one network available. Okay, so this network we call it as default network. So please understand, it's very important. Okay, so it is a network concept. Default we will call VPC. Okay, so who has created this default VPC already means AWS people. Okay, so they who has created, AWS people have already created this default VPC. It is a network in the cloud. So default VPC. Okay, so because we are the beginners, so directly we will use this default VPC. Okay, here we have to create a VPC, but why we are not doing? Because AWS has already given some default VPC. Okay, so now they have created this entire VPC is divided into 6 portions. Okay, so they have divided into 6 portions actually. So minimum 2 to 6 portions they will divide. So these things technically called as subnet. Okay, so we will call as subnet. So how many subnets are there? Subnetwork. Total 6 subnets. So subnets will vary according to the VPC region. So if I create my own network, I may have 2 to 4, 5 or 6, anyone. Minimum 2 I will create. Okay, but by default in the North Virginia, so default VPC is there, default network. In that network, already you have how many? 6 subnets. You have 6 subnets by default. So each subnet represents, okay, each subnet represents one availability zone. Availability zones will be terminated, will be called as like this: US East 1A, US East 1A. Subnet 2 is called as US East 1B. Okay, these are all availability zones. Availability zone means it is a data center. Data center where Amazon is physically available. Okay, so you can go to the data center and talk to AWS guys. So this is a physical location. Okay, it is a physical location. So how many are there total? 6. 6 data centers are there in throughout North Virginia. So the naming convention is like this. US East is a region, and okay, these are all the 6 data centers. So this data center availability zone, AZ, we call as AZ, availability zone. So this is directly mapped to subnet 1, subnets. Okay. So in the networking terminology, we call it as a subnet. One subnet means it is directly mapped to one data center. Okay. So one data center, 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1F. So now the question here is, if you want to create an EC2 instance, in which network you want to create and in which availability zone you want to create, you have to select. Okay. So that is very important. So how we will decide means, my office is very near to, my office is very near to, let's say 1D. Okay. So we will choose a data center. So based on the location. So my office is very near to this data center. Okay. So then I have to create my servers in US East 1D only. Okay. So because if any problem comes, I can go there, I can talk or take the help from them. Okay. And 1A, 1B is very far from me. It is very far from me. Okay. So whatever the server you are going to create, that server will create in any of the availability zones. That is a very much point you have to understand. Okay. So availability zone means one data center. So how many data centers are there in near to in your around your office? Total 6 are there. Okay, out of which one is very near. Okay, rest are all somewhat far away. So if you want to create server here, you can create. Okay, so here two things are important while creating a server. One is network, what network I want to create, and under that network, how many subnets are there. Okay, so 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1F. So these are the 6 subnets. So now in these 6 subnets, where you want to create a network, where you want to create a EC2 instance. So that is one important point to be noted. Okay, let's see the practical. You will easily understand. So I will just select the subnet here, like default VPC, and under this you have subnet. So subnets is directly mapped to availability zone. You have to tell me which where I have to create 1D, 1C, 1B, 1A, 1E, 1F. Okay, so we are very particular, okay, about which availability zone I want to create. So these two things, keep it in mind. But elaborately, when I will explain in the AWS VPC class. Okay, how to create our own network and how to create our own subnets. Okay, in real time, every project will start from VPC only. Okay, but here already it is there, provided by AWS, default VPC, use that. But for companies, we will create our own VPC. We will create our own VPC. Okay, we will see that. Okay, after seeing practical, we will again discuss if you have any doubts. Okay, and one more point I will tell you. Okay, for example, if you want to buy a server, okay, if you want to buy a physical server or whatever, what are the things you required? Please list it out. Suppose if you go to market to buy something, right? So what you will buy? So you want to buy physical laptop, what you will buy? What are the configurations you will buy? So first what you buy is, okay, so what kind of OS you want, okay? So sometimes I technically call as image also, okay, image, OS image, okay? So first whether it is a Linux, Windows, okay, I have to decide. Next, so here CPU, how much CPU I want and how much RAM I want, okay? CPU and RAM. Next, here how many number of servers I need. How many number of servers? Either 1, 2, 3. How many laptops I require? Next, and storage part. Okay, hard disk. Okay, hard disk part. So fourth one you have to worry about hard disk part. Okay, then fifth one. Okay, so here basically we will name the server, name of the server. Okay, so what name we want to give to the server. Next, sixth one we need, okay, security group. Security group means firewall. Okay, so basically we can replace with firewall. Okay, so security group or firewall. So this is required. Okay, here we will add port numbers. Okay, we will add port numbers. Here we will open port numbers. Okay, like this we can write. Okay, so we can open some port numbers based on our requirement. Okay, so if you go for any shop, we need these things. Okay, OS, CPU, RAM, number of servers, storage, okay, and name of the server and security group. So to create an EC2 instance, so these things are required. Okay. So from the starting onwards, I'm asking you what kind of OS you want to create. Okay, RHEL. So it is a very important Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So what kind of OS you want here? So RHEL. Okay. So let's see practically. So let's first, as I told you, where you have to go? First region. Okay. So go to region. So how to go to region, sir? If you, as soon as you log in into the AWS console, you will be in the region. So just type AWS console, you will be in the region. So here you should know why you are going to AWS console. Tell me, any new person can tell me, sir, why we are going to sign in now? Why we are logging into AWS? I kept the chapter as Linux, but why I am going to AWS console?
Can create server over there.
Okay, to create server over there. Preeti, what kind of server you want to create here in the AWS? What kind of server? What kind of operating system you want to create? Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Okay, we want to create. So just log in into your username and password. Okay, so you have to log in. I hope everyone have created their account, right? So if not created today, it is just like Gmail creation. So once you created the account, username and password, enter. Okay, so now you can observe. So as soon as I log in, it is in the North Virginia region. Okay, so if you want, you can change any region. Okay, today I worked in Frankfurt. Morning I worked in Sydney, like that. Okay, it depends on my company requirement. So wherever you want, you can just switch. Okay, so now I'm in North Virginia. In this North Virginia, I want to choose one service called EC2. Okay, you can search here also. But EC2 is a service which is available in the top only under compute section. Okay, so you have to click this EC2. Okay, you have to click this EC2. Okay, so click this EC2 management console. Okay, so if you want to create any server, that we technically call as instances. Okay, instances. So select this instances. So what is the activity you are going to do now? Today you have to practice. Okay, so what is that activity? So RHEL instance you are going to create. RHEL instance. Okay, so RHEL EC2 instance. Okay, I will also show Ubuntu also. Okay, I will also show Ubuntu also for you. I'll show two things. One is RHEL I will show, and another is Ubuntu I will show. So how to launch? So first you have to click in the launch instances page. Okay, here click on launch instances. So the first step is choose the image, Amazon machine image. So very small letters we call as AMI, short form. Okay, AMI. AMI stands for Amazon machine image. Okay, so it is just like OS having all the applications, softwares inside it. Okay, it is a template that contains all the software like OS and many things. So you can select AMI from multiple places. Okay, from the quick start guide you can find some of the AMIs. Okay, my AMIs, my own AMIs you can create. Marketplace you can perfect from marketplace also, or community AMIs. So in 4 places you can select the AMI. So here I am asking for you search for RHEL. Okay, you can search here Red Hat. Okay, so this is the Amazon Linux. This is Mac, RHEL. See, this is the Red Hat Enterprise Linux. If you go down, you can see SUSE Linux, Ubuntu Server, Microsoft Windows also they are providing. Okay, so here you have lot of operating systems here, and some are free tier, free account, and some are not free tier. So if you launch this, they will charge for you. Okay, they will charge for the OS. So your EC2 server is 1 year for free, every month 750 hours. We will discuss that billing part. But see here how to launch a Red Hat Linux. So you have to just select the AMI 64-bit. Okay, so you have to select 64-bit x86. So here AMI ID. This is the AMI ID. So every AMI will have an ID. Okay, so it will automatically take. You don't need to worry. Just by name you can select. Click on select. So this is what first step. So in the first step, just you have to choose the AMI. So whether you want to work with Red Hat, Ubuntu, okay, Windows, whatever. So according to the requirement, you have to choose the AMI. So once OS is ready, next you have to choose that we will call instance type. Okay, or simply type. See, you know, right? XL, small, nano, double XL, triple XL. So based on the size, we will call those names. Okay, in the same way, so here we have different types of families. T2 family, okay, so C4 family, C5 family. So a lot of families are there according to the usage. Okay, here, so instance type means it is a combination of CPU, memory, and type of storage and its performance. Okay, so it is a combination. So AWS has provided some combinations of CPU and RAM. Okay, so you have to use that. Okay, so 1 to 0.5 T2 nano. So T2 micro is only free tier. So since your account is free, you have to use only this one. Okay, T2 micro. Please use T2 micro only. Okay, so which is 1 CPU, 1 memory, so that you won't get any bill. Okay, you won't get any bill. T2 micro is free, but in companies and all, we will use T2 medium. Okay, T2 medium, M5 X large. Okay, T2 medium means 2 CPUs, 4 GB RAM. So RAM is double here. See, this is 1, this is 4. Okay, but this is chargeable. Okay, so customer will pay for me, so we will use T2 medium. For 2 to 3 environments we will use T2 medium only. For production we will use M5 or M4X larger. So that's why you can see this, all the different types are there. Okay, all combinations they have already pre-calculated based on the performance, and they have defined. So you will get only these combination. Okay, you cannot mix up. You cannot mix up. So in the second page, the second step, what you are going to select is instance type is T2 micro. Okay, so T2 micro, you have to select T2 micro. It's enough actually, free time, and also 1 CPU 1 GB is enough. So just click next. So next, so in the third step, okay, in the third step only you have to choose how many servers you want. Okay, number of instances, and you can see these two things I told you, right? Network and subnet. So network, which network you want to select? Default. Okay, by default you will have only one, sir. Okay, so by default you have only one. Then subnet. So subnet means, so you can see mapping. So 1A, 1B, 1D, 1C. So here where I want to create US is to 1D. Okay, I just selected 1D. Okay, so it is my requirement to create in 1D. So I selected 1D. Okay, so the rest of the options we can see later, not required now. Okay, so then add storage 10 GB. Okay, so to load this operating system AMI, I need this server. So it is a block storage where you can store some images, files, data, everything you can store, including OS. Next, tags. Tags means name to a server. Okay, so this will help you to identify the server, and the buildings also, these are going to identify why this server is created. We can add 50 tags. Okay, so for client is, or environment is dev. Okay, environment is dev. Like this we can create. So next part is security group. Okay, so for any server you should protect some with firewall. Okay, so that whom you want to allow, so you can allow. So it is a firewall. Security group is nothing but it is a firewall. Okay, so in this you will write some rules, like what is a protocol and what port number you want to allow and from where. Okay, by default every Linux machine, if you want to connect, so SSH is the protocol with port number 22. Okay, so if it is allowed, if it is written here, then only I can able to connect, because communications of SSH will happen through the communication of Linux, or connection between two Linux machine will happen through a protocol SSH, secure shell. That is a one protocol. What is a one important protocol where connection will happen between two Linux servers. So that's why, so whenever I create a new security group, by default one line is added by AWS. Automatically it is added. Okay, SSH port number 22. So 22 is the port number. So then finally review and launch. Okay, so whatever the details you selected, if you want to edit, you can edit, and finally launch. So while launching, so this concept is completely belongs to your Linux concept. SSH is basically Linux concept. So here what is happening is, okay, a key pair is getting created. So two keys will be created. One is public key that AWS stores, and private key what you are going to store. So here you are going to create a key pair, because no keys are available right now. So you are going to create a new key pair. Let's say 9:30 p.m. Okay, key pair. Okay, so 9:30 p.m. key pair. Okay, like this you are giving some name. So while giving, please always follow one rule. Okay, don't use spaces, don't use caps lock. Okay, only small letters. Okay, only small, without any space you have to give. So then download the key pair. So whenever I download, what will happen here is, so private key is the file which is a .pem extension will be downloaded to my system, and whatever the public key, that will AWS only will store. AWS only will store. So with the help of this private key, I can able to connect to the machine. If I lost my private key, I cannot able to connect. So that's why this key pair is very important. So before launching the instances, so we are going to create key pair. So next time onwards, you can just select the existing key pair. You can directly select the existing key pair, and you can select this whatever you like. Okay. So the creating a key pair is only one-time activity. Okay. So what is the key pair we have created? 9:30 key pair. Okay. 9:30 p.m. key pair. So launch. Okay, 9:30 p.m. key pair launch. So like this, you are going to create a server in the cloud. Okay, so now your instances are now launching. So go down, view instances, view instances. So here you can see earlier I have created many, 1, 2, 3 are there. Okay, so in fact these are not required also. So I'm just selecting all at a time. Okay, and going to the instance state. Okay, instance state. Okay, and I'm just what I'm doing, sir, I'm just clicking this terminate instance. Okay, terminate instance. 3 instances I am terminating, destroying completely. Okay, so 3 instances will terminate, and just after 30 minutes, these servers will not be available, so you cannot see also. Okay, after 30 minutes this will completely go away. So but what is the instance you created is the demo server. Okay, so it is running. So every server, so what is the key pair you have used? So here you can see. Okay, key pair 9:30 p.m. key pair. This server is launched with this key pair. Okay, so now to connect to this server. Okay, so currently I am in the Windows. Okay, so currently I am working in the Windows. I am sitting here. Okay, AWS, where is AWS? It is somewhere in the North Virginia. So how to establish a connection between your system to North Virginia? Okay, for that only we need a protocol called SSH. Okay, using SSH I can able to communicate. So here one command is there, full length command, SSH-I. So you have to mention key pair name. You have to mention key pair name followed by username at the rate public IP. If you are connecting from outside, okay, you have to use public IP. But if you are connecting internally, then you have to use private IP. So whenever you create a server, by default you will get the IP. See, private IP, public IP. 2 IPs you will get, private IP and public IP. Okay, this is the public IP. And help me this command. It is a Linux command. So, but just try to learn this command. Okay, SSH-I. So key pair name. So what is the key pair name? 9:30 p.m. Okay, key.pem. Okay, so whatever the name, so just mention it. So let's see, I think key pair. Okay, so just to mention key pair.pem. Okay, then followed by username at the rate public IP. So what AWS people have done, if anyone using that RHEL server, okay, there is a default user for login. That username is EC2 user. So they have already created one username called EC2 dash or EC2 user. So it is a defaultly available user in the cloud. They have created. Okay. So cloud people has given one user called EC2 user for logging in for the first time. EC2 user at the rate public IP. Okay, at the rate public IP. So here you have to select the public IP. Why I have to select public IP means I am connecting from outside. Okay, I am connecting from outside. So I am sitting here. From here I am connecting to North Virginia. Okay, SSH-I 9:30 p.m. key pair .pem EC2 user at the rate IP address. So here you are not learning any complete EC2 instance. Just you have to create your EC2 instance and then you have to start working with the Linux commands. So here also that command is available. Okay, if you go here, SSH client, Okay, you can see the full command. That full command is available here. Okay, this is the domain name. Okay, so either you can use public IP or public domain name. Okay, just copy this server command, and where you have to paste, where is the key pair downloaded, so there you have to go. Okay, so key pair is downloaded into which folder? Download folder. There you go, right click, git bash here. Okay, so yesterday or day before yesterday, I asked you to install one tool called Git on your own. So a lot of people have successfully installed Git because it is very easy. Okay, so whenever you install Git, okay, there is a byproduct. There is one more tool will come. This is called Git Bash. Okay, so it is a subproduct of Git. Whenever you install Git, Git Bash will come along with that. So it is a terminal. It is a terminal for it is a SSH terminal for entering the commands. Okay, so in the downloads folder, you have that key pair. So just paste this command. Okay, whatever you copied, so just go here and paste it. So with this, what will happen, sir? So just paste this and click enter. Do you want to connect? And it is asking like this. Yes. So then it will jump into Linux. See here. So this is how you have to connect if you want to practice. See here, I'm running some Linux commands which you don't know. Okay. So whatever the commands I'm typing, it is taking. Okay, you should learn these commands. Okay, not 3 commands. Most of the commands you have to learn. Okay, 3 to 4 days. So a lot of commands will come. You have to learn. Okay, so everyone must and should practice this one because it is very important. If you won't connect like this, then how you can practice, right? So I will show again. Just see that. Okay, again I will repeat this one. So it is very basic thing everyone must know. Okay, once after this I will go for I will connect and I will teach some Linux commands. So first, so when it was first, what you will do, so you know how to log in, right? How to log in and all, you know, right? Log out, sign out. So you have to sign out and then sign in with your user ID and password. Okay, like email ID and password. So then click enter. So as soon as you log in, where you will be? You will be in the North Virginia. So just choose this North Virginia for your practice purpose. Okay, in the region, this region only you work. Okay, so then go to service EC2 instance. Okay, click on EC2 instance. Then afterwards, after clicking this EC2 instance, what is the first step? So here you have to launch instance. Click on launch instance. Okay, so go to instances section and click on launch instance. So once after you got the video, please note down all the steps what I am saying. Okay, so go to instances, click on launch instances. Point number 2. Okay, so you can note down so that when you are trying, it will be very easy. Okay, so next, choose an Amazon image. I already saying. Okay, I'm already asking you to create RHDL8. So just select this. Okay. So then afterwards, it will automatically navigate into the instance type. So what is the free instance type? What is the name of the free instance type? T2 micro. Okay. So that's why please use this free one. Okay. Don't use anything. It will be chargeable. Okay. Please use the T2 micro. Already it is selected. Click next. Okay. So here, how many instances you want to create? So number of instances 1. Okay. So default network, and subnet you can select wherever you want to create. You can verify also later. I want to create in 1A. Okay. So suppose if I don't select anything, what will happen? So no preference means it will create any of the one. Automatically it will create. But if you want particularly in one, you have to select. Okay. So it is up to you whether you want to be work in one area or no preference. So because you are in the classroom, right? So practice purpose you are doing. So you can do no preference. So automatically it will create in one of the zone. So next, storage 10 GB. So 10 GB of the OS is enough. Okay. So that OS will load 10 GB is enough. So next, tags. Okay, tags. So this storage part, okay, you focus on one important point here. So it is chargeable, sir. Okay, storage is always chargeable. Okay, but very little. and you have 30 GB of storage per month free. Okay, so there is some calculation. So this, if you use 10 GB, doesn't matter anything. Okay, because storages are very important. But when you terminate, automatically this storage also will delete. See this English, delete on termination. So whenever this EC2 instance is deleted, in the backend storage also get deleted. Okay, very careful about this option. Okay. So currently I'm in practice mode, so I don't want to store any data. So that's why I will choose this option. By default it is chosen, sir. Okay. So click on next. Click on next. The next. So tags here it is optional to give. Okay, because you are in practice, but in real time, so your manager will ask you to tag it. Okay, so you have to tag it. Currently I won't tag anything, so because for simplicity we are going with that way. And next step, you can select the existing security group. Okay, so earlier you have created, right? You can select the same one, or you can create the new one. So what is the port number I want to open? SSH port number 22. So if I, with the help of SSH 22, I can connect to that machine. So next, review and launch. So while launching, so choose an existing key pair. So already I created just now 9:30. Okay, you have, in your case you will have only one or two. So 9:30 p.m. key pair. Okay, just acknowledge. Any key pair you can select, but 22 port number should be open. So launch instance. So this instance will create in either 1A, 1B, 1C. We don't know. No preference we given. So it will launch into one of the zone. So like this, your instance is created. So it is pending state. Later it will go to running. So tags if you're not given, so you can give here also. Okay, so test server. You can give and save. Okay, like this we can give some names also. You can see tags has been added. Okay, name. So if it is not given properly, please give it. Sir, my mouse is not well. I will change it. I told you right yesterday. Okay, so test server. So now let's connect. So how to connect? So just copy this command. Okay, so open. Again, I'm showing this is very important. Go to downloads, right click, git bash here. Okay, and then connect. Type the command. It will automatically connect. With the help of key pair, it is going to connect. Okay, so sometimes you will face refusion connection because that system is not yet ready for connecting. Sometimes it will do. Okay, so don't panic. Again, enter the command. So now you will be in the Linux. Okay, so now you will be in the Linux. Okay. Yes, please.
We have created 2 instances, right? So yeah. Would we be using 2 terminals? Git terminals, we would be using 2?
Yeah, obviously.
Or only one is enough to handle?
No. So 2 servers, right? 2 different servers means 2 terminals will be there.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to use 2 terminals. So you can open n number of terminals parallelly. Okay. So rather than if you are working with multiple, let's say you have a scenario where you want to work with multiple terminals, right? So in that case, I won't suggest this git bash. You have to use, okay, so MobaXterm. Okay, so in our companies we will use MobaXterm. Okay, so this is one app. You can install very later. Don't not required now. Okay, because you want to work with multiple servers, only 2 servers, right? So don't take the headache of installing MobaXterm now. Okay, but I will show you how to work with MobaXterm. Okay, in the upcoming classes. So this is what we will use. Okay, so we have multiple sessions running over here. Only see how many terminals are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 terminals are there, right? And we have a lot of options here. Okay, in the MobaXterm. Whatever, if I want to connect to my production server, So we will connect to through MobaXterm only. Okay, so that is why MobaXterm or Putty, Super Putty, lot of options are there. But Git Bash is somewhat new and very flexible. Directly it will connect, okay, by just typing the command. So it is very easy to log in into one of the machine. If you are not working with more servers, then Git Bash is preferable. But if you are working with more servers, MobaXterm is MobaXterm. These are all, no one will ask in the interview also, okay, what kind of terminal you are using and all, but you have to learn it, okay, because you are going to use it in real time. Okay, so now see, this is the Linux. So if I type enter, so it is going, okay, so no commands you are typing, but still it is going. So if you want to clear the screen, you can type clear so that it will go to the top, okay. So if you are entering means nothing, you are no command you are typing, just you are leaving. Okay. So there is one more shortcut, Control L. So if you type Control L also, it will clear. Okay. So how to clear the screen? Because sometimes if you type commands, if it goes down like this, so every command you have to type in the top. Okay. Some commands it will show in the down. Okay. So instead of that, what you can do? Control L. So you can clear the screen and you can start from the top. So clearing the screen. So how to log out of the terminal? So again three commands I can show. One is exit. Okay, you can do exit. Okay. Again, if you want to connect, you can type up arrow. See, up arrow. The command is stored in up arrow. Previous executed commands will be stored in up arrow. You don't need to type and copy everything. Okay, this time it is directly login. Login into the Linux server. So it is Red Hat Linux server given by Amazon machine. Okay, AWS people. Okay, so who is the default user? EC2 user. You can see in the first username. Okay, username @ okay, system name. This is system name. So how many user is there here? First login user is EC2 user. You can see you have logged in as EC2 user. So here you are going to learn some Linux basic commands. Basic commands I will teach you today, okay, for your just practice purpose. So let's get to the Windows. So a lot of people are very familiar with Windows, right? Okay, you people are very familiar with Windows, right? Suppose if I go into one folder, I just click double click. See, if I click double click, see, I am in the E drive. Okay, if I click double click, I am going into repository. From repository, I am going into directory one. See how I am moving here. So automatically my path, this is a path. Okay, so this is the path. So E:/repository/directory one. Okay, so in the directory one, I am available. Okay, so in this, how many files are there? In this folder, how many files are there? 4 files. You can able to see everything here. Okay, and also you can see which directory you are working also. See, I can see directory one, sorry, folder. In Windows, we will call this as folder, right? In Linux terminology, we have to call as directory. Every folder in Windows is termed as directory. Okay, so that's why I'm getting that directory word. Okay, so here in Windows, it is called as folder. Okay, so where I am working, so you can easily see by here, right? So you can see that path E:/repository/directory one. Okay, but in the Linux, see here, so where you are working. So if you want to print working directory, PWD, print working directory. So this is a command you have to type, then it is going to display. So every user, there is one on his name, one directory is created, okay, in a folder /home. So this is also one of the directory, home. Okay, inside home, on the username, one folder, one directory will be created. So on this directory only, he will create all the files and directories. Okay, so that is a standard. Every user in Linux will have their own home directory to start their work, to store their files. So that is a default one. So what is the command pwd says, sir? Pwd, printing the current working directory. So where I am working, currently where I am working, I am in which directory. So pwd command will tell. If you type pwd, you can see I am in the /home/ec2 user. So slash is the topmost directory. So it is like E drive. Okay. So in Windows it is starting from E drive, right? So in Linux terminology, so slash is the topmost directory. So inside slash you can find the home directory. Inside home directory there is one directory called EC2 user. Okay, by default you are in this directory. The shortcut symbol is also mentioned for your home directory as tilt. Okay, this tilt means home directory. This is the location. Okay, so now in this directory, what are all the contents available? If you want to see, you have to type list, ls command. Ls command will list items. See, so after the command, whatever the output will come, it will come like this, and then again it will go to the next. So here nothing is there. In between two commands, there is no output. Okay. So this dollar we call as prompt. Okay. After prompt, you have to type the commands. So I typed ls, nothing is available. But here in Windows, you can see there are 4 files. Okay. If you want to create one more folder, you can create. Right. So folder 1, you can create. So files you can create, folders also you can create. But in the case of Linux, so how to create a directory and how to create a file? So it's an empty file. So touch is the command followed by file name. So whatever the command I am typing, that command, okay, that command will be understandable by, okay, one program called shell. Okay, so there is one program running here. That program is shell program. Okay, that program will understand my command and it will tell to the kernel. It will tell to the kernel about this command. Okay, so it will just translate that my command into system understandable, kernel understandable language. Who is the mediator here? That shell is the mediator. Okay, shell is the mediator. So whenever I run SSH command, okay, what is happening? I am logging into, right? So in the background, there is one shell program is working. Okay, so whatever the command I am typing, so it can understand now. Shell will make understandable to the kernel. So because kernel is the heart of operating system. Okay, kernel is the heart of operating system. So that internal architecture, again, we are going to see tomorrow with the help of diagram. So just whatever the command you are typing, it is going to work. See here, touch file 1. So now type ls, you can see file 1, right? So if you want to create a directory, you are going to create mkdir command. Okay, mkdir. So, and what is the name of the directory? You can give whatever you want. Okay, so I given as directory 1, dir1. So mk directory means what? It will create a directory. Directory means folder. So in Linux terminology, you should not call as folder. You have to call as directory. So just type ls. So you can see one directory is there, one file is there. Okay, one directory is there, one file is there. If you want to create more files, you can create now. Touch file 2, file 3. I am creating additional files. Okay, I want to create more directories. Directory 2, directory 3, directory 4. So I created more directories. Type ls command, you can see all the things. So until unless you list, you cannot see what is there in that. So these are the very basic 4 commands. So any questions in these commands? What is pwd, ls, touch, mkdir? Any questions here? Anyone? How to create a file? how to create a directory, how to list, and how to see currently where I am. So everyone understand these commands? If not understand, I will repeat. Okay, you should be understand this command. Any questions? If there is no question, means you understand all this.
Hello, sir.
I think that you understood this. Yes.
Yeah, how to create a file on directory, sir?
No, that will come. That will come. I will tell now.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. So you have to ask
Sir?
like this: how to how to move or how to Tell me.
Sir, please repeat MKDIR, sir.
Very simple. MKDIR is a command. Okay. So what folder name you want to create? Tell me which folder name you want to create. Which directory you want to create? Tell me some name of the directory.
XYZ.
Test. Okay. So if you create MKDIR is a command, whatever the test name you provide the directory, it will create. See ls. So there is one directory got created. Clear? So MKDIR is a command. This command is used to create a directory. So for that you have to provide directory name as the input. So then it will create a directory. Clear?
Operating system where it will be installed actually. For example, in Windows, it will be in C folder, right?
That folder
Here,
structure. See, there is only one slash. Okay, slash is the topmost directory. Okay, so everything will be in this folder only. So this is like a C drive. Okay, so slash is the topmost directory in Linux, which is equivalent to C drive in Windows. Okay.
Okay.
So here it is called answer is slash.
Okay.
So we will discuss that hierarchy in the tomorrow's class only, architecture and hierarchy. So here we should know. So some people know here, if you can be able to see home. So what is this home? You know, right? So slash home. In this home, if you go, then you can see one folder on username. Okay, where he can start working. Okay. So CD command basically to change the directory. CD command is used to change the directory. So whenever I type slash, it went into slash directory. And I typed ls, you can see lot of items here. Okay, like this, I can move to, if I type cd or cd home, so both will take to my home directory. So you can see, so cd is basically to change the directory. So in this, there is some directory. So let's say test. I want to go inside test. How to go? cd test. Okay, changing directory to test. Cd means change directory. Cd test. So what will happen now? Where it will go? It will go to test. See now, it went into test. So pwd. So now you can see from EC2 folder, I am working on now test. So now currently I am in the test folder, test directory. Okay. So inside test directory, you want to create a file. So just now someone has asked us, sir, how to create directory inside a file. So go into that directory and create. Okay. So now that file is inside the test directory. If you want to come back, so what you will do? So it's based on how many jumps you want to do. So I want to jump only one. So dot. So what dot means only one level back. So now again I will be in the home. cd dot. Okay, it is very simple command. cd dot to come back. But in Windows and all, you can click like this, right? See, going back, you can click like this. It will go. Okay, so forward. This is forward direction in Windows. See, I can go like this. But if you go back, so one level jump means dot, right? So like this. So again, see this command. So I will go forward using cd. Okay. So cd test. I went forward. So in this, I will create one more directory. So directory 1. So again, I will go inside the directory 1. Okay. So PWD, you can see the directory content. Okay. So it is how many levels is there? First to home to EC2 user, EC2 user to tester, test to DR1. So let me create one more inside the directory 1, so directory 4. So I will go inside the directory 4. So see how many levels I went from here to here, forward direction. Using CD, I went. So now I want to come back to home. So how many jumps I have to do, sir? Tell me. How many jumpings I have to do? Currently I am here. Okay. So I want to jump to this folder. How many jumps I have to do? 1 or 2 or 3? No?
3, sir.
Okay. So dot slash dot slash. Okay. Dot. So how many jumps? 3 jumps. Dot slash dot. So first jump where it will go? It will go to directory 1. Second jump where it will go? Directory tester. So third jump it will go to EC2 user. Okay. So the dot will tell so where to go. So 3 jumps I did. Okay. 3 levels back. Okay. So using commands we will do. So now with this knowledge. So every time I am doing this opening the git bash, right click here, right click git bash here. So whenever I do, what will happen? So it will open in the particular directory. So E drive, in the E drive I have created. So it will go to E drive. For example, I want to go back. So I can use CD. So it will go to my home directory. So CD downloads. Like this I can go now. CD downloads. Okay. So instead of opening right click git bash, open the git bash and you can go to CD downloads. So here you have that key pair. What is the key pair? You can list also. You can, if you list all, it will list. But if you want to list only particular file, you can list. See, 9:30 PM key pair is available in this downloads folder. ls command is to list. Okay, items. See, ls test. Suppose if I list like this, I can list the folders. See, content of a folder. Without going inside, I can list the contents of the folder. So just ls followed by directory name. Okay. Since you are beginner, I am just calling folder also. But tomorrow onwards, strictly we have to call as directory only. Okay. ls test. So it is just a listing inside test. What are all the files available? So directory 1 is there, file 1 is there. So total, how many basic commands you have seen today? Very basic. So there are around 10 to 15 commands. If you know 10 to 15 commands, then you can become Linux. You can work with Linux very easily. So tell me, what are the commands you learned today? Basic level. So tomorrow again I will repeat all these commands in some more advanced way. So PWD. What is PWD? What it will do? So it will print the
Current working directory.
Current working directory. Okay. So present working directory where you are working. So what is ls will do? It will list the contents. Okay, list the contents for the directory. Okay, for the directory. Next cd. What cd will do?
Enter.
Change the directory.
Enter
okay?
the directory.
So changing the directory. What is mkdir will do? It will creates the directory. Okay, so what touch will do? What touch will do? It will create a file. It will create a files. Okay, so regular files, regular empty files. Nothing is there in that. Okay, only empty file. Whenever you create a file in Notepad, it is empty only. So you have to write the content. So those commands and all we will see tomorrow how to write the content all. So I will again repeat all these commands. Okay, so in somewhat deeper. I will use some more mkdir directories, sub directories I'll create. Okay, like this. I'll show some more important options here. Okay, so any questions? So what you have learned today? Okay, what you have learned today out of all this? So first thing is Okay, so the first assignment what you are going to do is same, you have to repeat. Okay, create a Red Hat Linux server, okay, in EC2 and connect to it, okay, using Git Bash. So ensure whether are you able to connect it or not. This is the first thing. Okay, I will share the recording by morning, so you can again go through the recording and you can note down the steps. How I did, same thing you do. Okay, first time 2-3 times you see and do, sir, no problem. Okay, at least fifth time without seeing you do. Okay, first 4 times you see and do, note down what are the things I am doing, what are the buttons I am clicking. Just note down everything in notes. Try to see the notes and do it. Definitely will get the output. Okay, you can do that. Okay, up to now no one has faced issues, but if you still face any connection issues, just to wait 2 to 3 minutes and you can connect. Okay, so then definitely it will connect. Otherwise sometimes it will come connection refused. Okay, initially I got na, so again I type, it connected. So the most of the people what they will do mistake is keeper. Okay, what they will do, they download it na here, they will delete it by mistake. If the keeper is not there, you cannot connect. Okay, you should not you should not delete the key pair. Okay, what you have downloaded. And one more mistake people will do is they will not go to downloads folder and typing SSH command. They will not go to downloads folder. So they will be in the home only. Here only they will type the command. So how it will work? So it will tell no key pair, permission denied. It will tell like this. So what is the mistake you people are doing here? Okay, you are typing a command. So while typing the command, so it is looking for this file actually. Okay, this file is not available in the home directory. It is available in the downloads, because whenever I creating, it is in the downloads folder. Okay, so that's why first you have to go to downloads folder. Okay, so then you have to type the SSH command, then it is going to work. Okay, please, these are the mistakes you will do. That's why I am only doing and helping you. So no such file or directory. So means you are not in the proper directory. So before asking any question to me on a WhatsApp, just don't repeat this same question. Okay, anyhow I'll point out. Okay, see this one, no such file or directory, this command. Okay, and permission denied. Okay, so 9:30 a.m. p.m. not accessible, no such files. It means ensure you should be in the downloads folder where your key pair is available. Okay, so which folder you keep, go to that folder and type the command, copy the command. So then you will be connecting. So this is the first activity you have to do. The second activity. Okay, so same procedure only. Instead of RHEL, you have to select Ubuntu. Okay, while selecting RHEL or Ubuntu, okay, so ensure that that is free tier. Okay, so there you can see free tier option. So free tier eligible, that word you can see. Okay, free tier eligible. So please see this word while selecting the operating system. It will be there. So free tier eligible. Okay, create this and try to connect it. Same procedure only. Same procedure only. Connection command also will be available to you. So here username is Ubuntu. Okay, so the default username is Ubuntu. Name itself username is Ubuntu. SSH-i key pair ubuntu@IP. So if you know how to connect to RHEL, then you can also connect to Ubuntu version 20 or 18. You can create anything. And the next third one. So try to practice. Okay, these commands. Okay, try to practice these commands. What are those commands? Okay, so create a directory. Okay, next. So commands you have to write. You have to type. So create some file. Create some files. Okay, so go into directory. Okay, so again repeat. So whatever the practical said it, just repeat. Okay, list the contents of directory. Okay, listing the contents. Okay, just practice these things. Okay. So if anyone facing any issue, please let me know. I'm ready to help you. Okay. So any questions?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. How do you know which
And
subnet is near
1
to
minute.
us?
Just 1 minute. So before asking any question, okay, before asking any question, so just to tell your name and ask me, okay? Okay, suppose you are asking anyone, whoever asking question, just to tell me your name and ask the question so that I can easily communicate to you, okay? I don't know who asked the question, right? That's why. Yes, please.
Hello. Sai Shanmugh, sir. I am Sai Shanmugh.
Okay, Shanmugh, yeah, yes.
Yeah. Sir, how do you know which subnet is near to us, sir?
How do you know which subnet
Subnet
is
is near to us. Yeah.
You can go, see, we can go to the global data center, okay, AWS global data center. Okay, there you have a
Okay.
world map. Okay, there you have world map. So, and some details they have not kept, okay, publicly exactly where it is, but you have to contact AWS people. Okay, so when you are purchasing the company's enterprise account, right? So you have to, they will reveal you all the things where your data center is there, which data center is very near to you. Okay, so they will reveal entire stuff to you. So then you can
Okay.
accordingly you can select the nearest data center.
Okay.
For example, I am running India. Okay, so in India I will just select Mumbai region. In Mumbai also we have some 3 places. In Mumbai also we have some 3 places. So for Hyderabad, all 3 places are okay. So Mumbai is itself like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, another question.
Oh.
Hello.
Yes, Shanmugh.
Yes, sir. Major difference between public IP and private IP.
That question I will answer in EC2 section in AWS. Okay.
Okay.
We have to discuss in the AWS class only, but still I will answer you. Okay. So basically, public IP is used for connecting from outside over the internet. Okay.
Okay.
And private IP is used for connecting within the network. Okay. So private IP must be used within the organization, and private IPs are free. Public IPs are chargeable. Okay. So public IPs it will be coming from the internet service provider basically. Okay. And one more important point here to be noted, it will come in the tomorrow's class also. I will say this. Basically, public IP. So the problem with the public IP is whenever you stop and start the server, your public IPs will change. Okay, your public IPs will change. Okay. So anyhow, I will tell this topic in the tomorrow class because you will be keep on stopping and starting, right? So obviously your public IP will change. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. In
Sir,
deeper
another
we
question
will
also, sir.
understand in the EC2 class. Yes.
Okay. Sir, you said that SSH port for Linux, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Then for what is the ports for Ubuntu and Windows, sir? Windows, sir.
See, Ubuntu is also Linux, right? SSH only. You have for any Linux machine, you have to use SSH. For Windows and all, it is RDP. RDP.
RDP. Okay.
Yeah. So you know, right? Anyone have you connected anytime remote connection? Say remote desktop connection, right? So this is how. Okay. So remote desktop connection. It internally uses RDP protocol to connect to Windows machine. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Banu,
And this Windows
Deepak
creation
here.
also I will show in EC2 class. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
this is
Deepak.
Deepak. Yeah, actually, I have created my AWS account long back, and I'm not sure how many months it has been. Where can I see?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I will show you now. See here, directly there is no option to see, but how you can see here is go to your billing dashboard. Okay. So see here, there is no option. There is no option to see when it is created and all. You have to go to your email and search. Suppose if you forget also, it's a problem. See, very simple option. What how we can see is go to your bill details. Okay, so here you can see. Okay, so just to drop down this button. See here. So now you have to tell me when I have created my account. So May 2020.
Okay.
Okay, so May 2020, I created my account. So May,
Okay.
June, July, August, September. So you can count. So already 1 year passed. That's why I'm getting bill nowadays. Okay.
Okay.
That's why I'm
So
getting
where can
bill.
I find billing information?
See here only. So this is a billing information. You want to find a bill detailed bill, you can find. Just select this. It will display service wise and region wise also. So which service, what is the bill, everything you can see. Which region, what is the, see every detail is here. How much
Yeah,
hours,
because
how
I'm
many
worried
hours.
because
Yeah.
I have utilized my friend's credit card, and
Okay.
unexpectedly if it charges, then
See,
I will be
if
in
I will
trouble.
advise one thing. I will advise one thing. If it is very long back, if it is more than 1 year, try to create new one. Okay. Even I will create new one. Okay. So what you have to do? You have to create a new one. Okay. So try to create
If you
new
have,
account.
yeah, if you have time, I will right now share my screen if you allow me, so that you can
What you
have
want to show me? Like what you want to show
a.
me?
I want to make sure whether I can use that account or not. If I want, you want me to create another one.
Okay, see, only thing you just check like this. Okay, so what I am asking Deepak is, suppose you check like this. May 2020 is the creation,
Yeah.
right? So up to 1
Okay.
year. So May 2021st I can use. But even
Okay.
then I used it. Okay, June, July I used it. Okay, June month,
Okay.
1 month extra I
Okay.
used it. So what
Okay.
is the drawback is up to 1 year, some services are free for me. Okay, so that
Okay.
advantage I will get. So that's why what you have to do. So if you can create a new account if it is late.
But I never used actually. I created the account, but
Uh,
I never used.
okay, leave it. That's gone. So try to create new one and start using it. Okay, create new account. You
Okay.
can create if you have debit card. You can create new account and you can start using.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Okay, that is the advice I will give. New account. Go for new account. You can still
Okay.
use 1 year. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, this is Anusha,
Yes.
sir.
Yes,
I
Anusha.
had a doubt, sir. Actually, we, by using Linux commands, we created a directory named test, right, sir?
Yes.
Where can we see the directory exactly?
Actually, you want to see that storage part where exactly that
Yes,
storage is available.
yes, sir.
Basically, see if you like this. See, if suppose see in Windows and all, you can see like this, right?
Yes, sir.
See, same thing. See, suppose you created one folder. You tell me, okay, I just point out one folder name. So I just want to know what is your exact question. Okay, that's why I'm asking you. So there is one folder called
Okay.
repository. Okay, I am asking you same question. I created one repository folder. Where can I see? What is your answer? Anusha, to you. Suppose I created one folder called repository here. So where can I see? What is your answer?
We can see in the path, sir.
Like this, here.
After clicking yes, sir, we need to choose repository over here.
Okay.
This would be the path, sir. And also
Yeah.
in repository,
Uh, in repository.
if we want to open any file in repository, if we select over here, we can see in the
So
path.
let's say it is empty. Okay. Now it is empty. Now tell me.
Okay.
Now repository you created, it is empty now. Okay, so I created one folder repository, it is empty. So this folder is empty. So in your case also, here also same thing happened. Okay, so you have created one folder. See, ls test. It is a folder. Okay, it is empty. Okay, I have added some folders right earlier. Let's say I'm
Yes.
created one more directory called test1. Okay, so this is one directory where you can see means in this folder. Okay, this is a path. See, in EC2 user folder, I can see this test1. That I can say. In which directory I have created, that I can say. It is created in the EC2 user directory. See,
Sir, I had
files,
one.
Okay, 1 minute. All these files and directories have created in this directory EC2 user. If I delete EC2 user, then what will happen? All will be deleted. Okay.
Yes, sir. And
Yes.
I had a doubt, like I am clear that it will be stored in EC2 user, but where we can see this EC2 user, whether in that AWS or else on our desktop. I mean, like
No, this
Windows
is a
folder. I'm
storage,
not
right? This is a storage, so we cannot see. Suppose where this repository is stored means we cannot see, right? It is stored in the hard disk. That's it. Hard disk is inside my laptop. Okay, so basically,
Yes, sir.
yeah, it is stored in the hard disk. Okay, this local C, D, E, these are all logical portions of a hard disk. Physically, if you want to see, it is stored inside hard disk. Okay,
Sir.
so in the same way, so these files are stored in the hard disk. Where that hard disk is available physically means it is available in the AWS side. This is the hard disk. /dev/xvda is the file system where you have 10 GB. In the 10 GB, 13% you already utilized for creating these files and folders. Okay, so
Sir.
it is in the hard disk. So that hard disk is available in the North Virginia data center.
Okay, sir. Actually, I thought the same thing, but I'm not clear about that, so only I'm asking. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
no problem. You can ask any question, basic question also you ask, I will answer.
Thank you, sir.
Don't
It's
hesitate
clear.
to ask question. And suppose during your explanation also, if you have questions, please put it in the chat box. At least afterwards, I can answer you. Okay. Like
Okay,
this.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? So are you good to start this practice? Are you good to start the practicals? Okay, so first thing you have to create an AWS account. So how to create an AWS account? So who will answer this? Google will tell you, right? So AWS sign up. So do the AWS sign up. That's it. It will drive you to one page. Okay, portal dot aws.amazon.com. So here you can create. Okay, it will ask username, password, some credit debit card details, your personal address and all, PAN number, so and so, and finally you can create an account. So it is while creating the account, choose a personal account. Okay, free tier personal account. Don't choose professional account. Okay, choose personal account. That's it. So you can easily create and you can start login and see, you can repeat the video. Okay, so my advice is, okay, don't go directly to practical, just first revise one time, because you are the beginners, I know. Okay, and I will be little bit speed also because of the lot of subject I want to teach, right, within short span of time. So what you people have to do, just revise the video once before starting with the practicals. Okay, so once your instances are here, what you want to do finally? I'm asking these kind of doubts. Okay, sir, you have created instance. Okay, it is running. So what is the last step? Whether it should be leave running like this only after practice? What I have to do? Okay, I'm expecting these kind of questions. Okay. Okay, fine. So then what you have to do for these servers? You can keep stop also. If it is one server, you keep it in stop. If it is more than 3 servers you created means you terminate, sir. Better terminate, okay? Because there is nothing you did, right? So just terminate, okay? So it will unnecessarily storage charges will come. Storage will charge, okay? That's why what you have to do, I will advise to terminate. Once your practice is done, please terminate, because within 1 minute you can again create. Okay, so if you want to stop, option is there, stop instance. Again, you can start in the next day. Stop and start. Okay, so again we will deep dive, okay, in the EC2 class, okay, with most of the terms, and I will just discuss some of the things for EC2 in the tomorrow's class also. And then we can continuously focus on Linux commands. Okay, I will take you deeper Linux. I will teach you deep Linux so that you can comfortable with the Linux. So once you are good at Linux, then you can learn any tool easily. Okay, so that is the heart of DevOps or AWS. So that's it for today. We'll meet tomorrow.